Hello and welcome to the buying guide for the 1.5 meter E-flite Air Tractor, essentially our scale crop duster, if you will. So if you're not familiar with this plane, this is used around the world as a utility plane. There's some military variants of this plane, but primarily used for crop dusting in the US. So Midwest, down south, out west, you see a lot of these flying around the sky. So we scaled it down to a 1.5 meter. And it's a really great way to get into low wing flying if you're a beginner and really kind of test the waters with something different. Obviously, this isn't the sexiest airplane we've ever made, but it has a lot of capability and can do a lot of neat stuff. So it's a really good plane that lends the hand to being a good beginner-ish plane all the way up to an advanced pilot's plane. Another neat tidbit I want to bring up about the Air Tractor, the 1.5 meter Air Tractor, is the fact that it's essentially the turbo timber power system, lighting, and prop. The reason I bring that up is that means that things such as the prop are already probably stocked at your local Horizon Hobby retailer or online at horizonhobby.com. I also bring it up because of the fact that if you're familiar with how a turbo timber flies based on its speed, landing characteristics, a lot of that is going to translate directly to this. So if you've never really owned or flown a low wing, this is probably a really good way to kind of jump into that without the fear of taking off and totally not knowing how the plane's going to perform in the air compared to what you're used to. So as with the turbo timber, the Air Tractor comes with AS3X stability and Safe Select in the bind and fly basic completion level. So essentially, if you're unaware, AS3X is always on. It's basically like stability management. Really just locks the plane in and makes minor corrections to help the plane fly better, period. Safe Select, on the other hand, is optional, and you can assign it to a switch. And essentially what that does is if Safe is on, the plane won't flip over inverted, it can't climb up too steep, it can't descend too steep, essentially making the plane easier to fly, especially if this is maybe your first low wing, as we mentioned before. Now, if you get the PNP model, you do have to install your own receiver, so you won't be able to benefit from that technology. So a couple other key features I think we need to discuss. I think the first being yellow. The whole plane is actually painted, so there's no real visible foam white, which is quite unique. You actually don't get that a lot from foam planes. But with it being yellow, it's got a really nice high visibility look in the air, which is again going to be great if this is your first low wing trainer. We also dubbed this a STOL style plane, so short takeoff and landing. Reason being is, again, this has the same power as a turbo timber. It has nice big flaps, and we cheated a little bit. We threw on a little bit oversized Tundra style tire on there, because we know you guys want to take off from rough terrain. You're going to be on grass fields. You're going to be flying somewhere that maybe something with a scale wheel, scale power wouldn't be able to fly with this airframe. But this doesn't have a sprung undercarriage. So it's kind of just a nice rigid bracket rather than the sprung undercarriage from the turbo timber. So that is a key distinction we want to point out as well. I should mention, you can also run floats or skis. So the plane is designed to accommodate either one. Which is great because it gives you guys another option, like maybe you're snowed in and can't use those nice big Tundra tires. You can throw floats or skis on there and still keep the party going all year round. Battery hatch. So this will take a 3S or 4S. Speaking of battery hatch, look at the pilot and gauge detail. That's pretty neat. Anyway, 3S or 4S with a EC3 or IC3 connector, 2200 up to 3200. And I say 3S or 4S, I don't want you to be put off. If you have a 3S, it's gonna be fine. You don't need a 4S. A lot of people get the misconception that if we say a plane is 3S and 4S, it really is designed for 4S. This will fly fine with either combination. So regardless if you plan on getting the plug and play or bind and fly basic version, you're gonna need to use a 5-channel. Realistically, you need a 6-channel if you plan on using Safe Select for the bind and fly basic version, but a 5-channel transmitter will fly the plane. And if you get the plug and play, you're gonna have to put your own receiver in there as well. And then finally, you're gonna have to throw a LiPo in there and then have a way to charge it. Seems like a no-brainer, but we wanna put that out there since this is a buying guide. So if we have forgot anything, or if you have any additional questions about maybe why this is gray instead of black, let us know in the comments below. We'd love to hear them. And make sure you subscribe, because you're going to see buying guides before anyone else does. So thanks for tuning in, and we will see you in the next one. Thanks.